Hello class, this is Dr. Will coming back to talk some more about your Logic of Inquiry research development paper project for this spring semester. Now, the main component of the class is I'm trying to get you to think about how to do research and to logically go through the steps. So this hopefully will help you with your classes next semester or in the semesters to come when you're working on your data analysis class or your qualitative methods. Now the first thing that you're supposed to do is to get an idea, get a paper topic, but it's got to be sociological and it's got to be feasible. By sociological I mean I don't want you to talk about, I will not accept papers that talk about how kids are abused or how homosexuality develops. Those are all more psychological and biological issues. What we want to talk about are sociological phenomena, relationships between stuff. And the place it really starts is, what are you interested in thinking about? What are you interested in looking at? So what I have tried to do is just to set up a few ideas for you just to get you thinking. Again, we're talking about a relationship between two concepts. Okay? What is the relationship between income? In the assignment I first said poverty, but basically I'm talking about income. How do poor people commit more crime or different crime than rich people? Or about the relationship between the quality of marriage. Do people have a really good marriage? How does that impact how well the kids feel about themselves? When I talk about mental health, I'm not talking about are they schizophrenic. I'm saying are they happier or sadder, or do they feel better about themselves or worse about themselves, depending on how their marriage is. So the research question would be, do parents who have a good marriage, do kids from parents who have a good marriage have better mental health and better self-awareness than kids who come from a bad marriage? Okay? How does religiosity affect political ideology? Are very religious people more conservative or more liberal? Are not religious people more conservative or more liberal? Right? Are richer people more likely to think welfare recipients are good people or not good people, right? Versus people who don't have as much income. So it's a variable. Income varies. Perceptions vary from good to bad or high to low. The region of the country and race relations perceptions. Do people from the South view race relations differently than people from the North? Okay, so those are all variables, and you also need to pay attention to the unit of analysis. The size of city. Big cities have higher crime rates than lower cities, right? You also might want to think about what types of crime. Okay, so those are all some of the relationships that I'm talking about here. You pick a topic. Something that's doable, and again I say I don't want to look at the psychological variables. You can look at introductory text. You can find all kinds of ways to look at it, and here are some of the variables, right? Educational attainment is a variable. High. Some people have lots of education. I have 30 years of education. Some people have low education, haven't graduated from high school. Sex varies, males versus females. It's a dichotomous variable, but it still varies, right? Age varies from young to older. Race varies by various races, as we know. Population density, how many people are in a square mile. So all of these are variables. That mental health thing, from excellent to bad, okay? So these are all variables. So you need to pick two of these variables and look at how, let's go down here to the bottom, attitudes towards X, attitudes towards higher spending on the military by age. That's a variable. Okay, so there's all kinds of ways you can do variables, but what you need to do is take your time and start out simple. Do older people feel differently about X than younger people? That's a start. Okay, once you get that idea and I approve it, right, you go over to our assignments. Under class papers, you have your research blog. So I've been making comments on everybody's blog. As you can just click on the comments and see what I've said, and reply back to me whenever you get a new topic. Okay. So we go back to assignments, back to class papers. A couple of things that I want you to look at. First of all, this video right here is very important. You click on that. This takes you to a video where I walk you through how to look at the library, how to go through the library and search for journals, okay? And you need to follow that fairly closely. Go back to here. I also have the allowable journals list. These are the journals you have to select from. I will accept some other ones, but you have to email me and ask first. I won't accept very many, so don't. It's no promise I'll accept any at all. But that's your allowable list of journals, okay? And for your first paper project, you have a research component. This is just a kind of skeletal version, but this is a sample of what I want you to do for this first assignment. You cannot use these articles or this annotated bibliography, but this is the type of thing that I want you to look at. So this is where you're starting out. There's lots to do. Please get your paper topics agreed to very soon, and you only have 10 days to finish this. I wouldn't wait to the last minute. Remember, the paper is due on the 17th. That actually is St. Patrick's Day, so if you're going to go out partying for St. Patrick's Day, you want to get the paper in first. That's also the start of spring break, so if you're going away for spring break, you want to get the paper in first. I do not accept them by email. They have to be posted on Blackboard. Okay? Good luck. If you have any questions, email me, call me, or stop by my office. I look forward to seeing your paper projects. Have a good one.